Hi, and welcome to the Clutter to Cash Challenge. I am so excited to get started with you on cleaning out your home, clearing through the clutter, and putting some cash in your wallet too. I don't know about you, but I keep wondering, where does all this clutter come from? My family has a garage sale at least once or twice a year, and yet somehow we always have more clutter to get rid of. It occurred to me the other day, clutter is just decisions delayed. These are decisions that we should be making about things, but we didn't make those decisions when we should, and so we just set it aside thinking, I don't really know what I want to do with it right now, I'll lay it aside. And the clutter begins to pile up. So the problem with that is all that stuff, all those decisions you need to be made are calling out to you all the time. It's like no matter where you sit or whatever you try to do, you see those items and you know you need to deal with it. It's still on your mental to-do list. So in this challenge, we are going to clear through the clutter, check off all the items, cross off all the lists on your mental to-do list, and give you space in your room, in your home, and in your mind for the things and the people that matter. Are you ready to get started? Today, I'm going to walk you through the very first steps in clearing out the excess items in your home that are weighing you down. Have you ever tried to get your family on board with clearing out all your stuff and get a lot of resistance from them? Maybe they're digging in their heels. They're like, no, you're not going to take my stuff, man. Or maybe it's you. Maybe it's you that has trouble getting rid of the stuff in your home. Maybe you have a fear about letting go of those things because someday you might need that item. We're going to work with you today on clearing through the stuff in your life, letting go of that fear and getting to the streamlined, clutter-free life that you desire. So yes, it starts with you. Maybe you've got kids or a husband who are not really on board with cleaning out stuff and you want to know, how do I get my family to start getting rid of their stuff? Well, the best way to do it is by getting rid of your own stuff. You gotta walk the walk, sister. If you want them to get rid of their stuff, you gotta get rid of your stuff. Once they see that you are able to joyfully let go of those things and still live your life, and you're not like running around in your underwear because you gave up all your clothes and you don't have anything left to wear, they're gonna see that it's okay to let go of their things too. So today we begin where all great life changes begin, with a good closet clean out. Most of the great accomplishments in life began with a good closet clean out. Okay, I made that up. There is something about our closets that's a symbol for all the things that we hold on to from the past and the things that we think we should be. It's all tied up there in our clothes specifically. And so cleaning out our closet actually helps us to let go of the shoulds and the past and the things we thought we wanted to be and the things we know we'll never be and the guilt of not ever becoming. All that stuff begins to let go, and you begin to celebrate who you are right now and the way you want to feel right now. Your closet should be a place of joy and celebration of who you are, not who you were. Before we get started, you're going to need some bags or boxes or something like that to gather up all the things that you are discarding so we can hold on to them until the end of this lesson, until the end of this course when we have our garage sale or a yard sale, or you might sell it all online. We're going to go through all that later. But you're going to have a big sell-off of all your stuff, and that's how you're going to get the extra cash. And guys, it is amazing. You're not going to want to miss that part. So go ahead and start preparing for that now. You can either use garbage bags or cardboard boxes. If you're an Amazon Prime lady like me, you probably have a lot of extra cardboard boxes lying around. Or my family uses a lot of these plastic bins from Sterilite. We use those mostly for storing things in the attic so that bugs don't get inside of them, but they also come in handy when we're gathering up stuff to sell. So go ahead and make sure you have those supplies on hand and then meet me at your closet. The very first step in cleaning out your closet is I want you to take everything out. Everything. You need to give yourself, I would say, at least 3 or 4 hours. I know that's a lot, but if you start on a Saturday, you can get it done in one morning or one afternoon. So it's really easy to accomplish in one day. If you are starting on a weekday and you need to do this over the course of a week, just plan to do only one category of clothing each day. And remember, we're working on just your clothes, not your kids, not your husband's, just you. So we're going to sort the items out in tops, bottoms, outerwear, and accessories. That's it. We're not getting into teeny tiny categories. We're not talking about t-shirts versus dress shirts, work shirts versus workout shirts. Anything you wear on top anything you wear on bottom, anything you wear on the outside of those clothes, and the accessories that you use to add extra beauty or maybe underneath. Back to the closet. I want you to pull everything out in a great big pile. As you pull it out, you can go ahead and do your sorting of those different categories. All your tops, all your bottoms, all your outerwear, and go ahead and clean out the dresser too. Get everything that you wear out in one space where you can see it, on your bed, maybe on the floor. You probably should vacuum or sweep before you do that, but you're gonna get it all out where you can see it and take a good look at it. I mean, how many bodies are you trying to dress? Once you get everything out, you're gonna hold up each item one at a time, touch it, feel it, look at it, hold it to your body, or even put it on, and ask yourself Marie Kondo's famous question, does this spark joy? If it doesn't spark joy, then why do you have it? You know your clothes spark joy when you hold it up to you and you go, I feel comfortable in who I am. I feel like I look good. I feel like I like the way the fabric feels. I feel like it's going to feel comfortable against my skin, and I'm going to feel like it's a true representation of myself. Now, that's a weird question because we all have different versions of ourselves, right? You have like your normal hanging out on the couch version. You might have a dress up and go out of town. You might have church clothes or workout clothes, like we said earlier. But each of those things gives you joy in that moment, in that particular setting. When you need that item, is that the item you're going to want? Okay? So if you're going to go to work in an office and you're pulling out office wear that makes you feel like you are just weighed down by the world, that's not an item that brings joy. Go out and find yourself some office clothes that bring joy, okay? You don't have to dress a certain way just because that's what they say you should be doing. Let me give you an example of that. When I was in my early 20s, I got a job teaching preschool, of all things, and my mom, who was a teacher, she had taught kindergarten all the way up through college, came to me and said, Christina, now that you're a teacher, you kind of need to start dressing more like a grown-up. I didn't know what in the world that meant. I was like, I am a grown-up and this is how I dress, so I'm dressing like a grown-up. She had a certain thing in mind for how I should be dressing, and I didn't really understand what she meant, but I knew that probably my style could use some help. So my mom took me shopping and she helped me buy some good teacher clothes. And I hated them. I didn't hate them at the time. I thought, well, that's cute, that works, that, you know. As I bought them, I thought it was a good idea, right? Like you do. But the more I went to get dressed and went to look and pull out those clothes, first of all, they didn't actually fit the job where I taught at the preschool. Most of the ladies there were wearing yoga pants and t-shirts. Second of all, I never felt comfortable wearing those clothes. So if I was going to a nice, a casual dinner or a business casual kind of occasion, those clothes felt wrong on me. I felt like I was wearing somebody else's clothes. I felt like I was wearing my mom's clothes. Kind of was wearing my mom's clothes because she picked them out. But I held on to those clothes for a long time because they were nice and my mom had got them for me and I appreciated that. And I always thought, well, maybe someday I'll have an occasion where I need to dress this way, right? Once I got rid of those clothes and all the other clothes from all the other things I thought I should be, from college and from early 20s and from any other time, once I started letting go of those things I thought I should wear, then I was able to see kind of what I did like to wear. And when I went shopping, which is only like once or twice a year, guys, I am not a big shopper. But when I went shopping, I found things that fit with the clothes that I preferred to wear already. So I knew that was going to be something that I liked. And by that, I was able to develop my own style. If I had held on to those clothes that my mom told me I should be wearing, my grown-up clothes, I would have never found my big girl style. At some point in all your closet clean out, you're going to look at the pile and go, I'm not going to have anything to wear. What was I wearing already? If the things you were already wearing were making you feel terrible inside your soul or wherever, if they were making you feel weighed down and awful, then that wasn't something you needed to have. Let go of that and move on to something better. One of the reasons we start by cleaning everything out and putting back in the things that we love is because there's something in our minds about taking things out to get rid of, it feels like a loss. It feels like separating things from yourself. As we take things out of the closet and say, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, we start becoming aware of how much we're getting rid of. I don't want you to think of it that way. So we're gonna take it all out and lay it down, and instead we're gonna say, I love this. This brings me joy. You become aware of an adding rather than a subtracting. I know what it's like when money is tight and you fear letting go of things that might become useful one day. But there's something about it, as we shed those things that we think we should, we find that the things that we have are enough. They just are. So how do you know when you're done? When you have a closet full of things that make you happy, you're done. You don't have to keep going. You can stop whenever you get just the things that make you happy. The next step is for you to bag all that up or put it in bins or boxes or whatever and take it to your storage space so where you can hold on to it until the big sale that we're gonna have at the end of this course. One little thing I wanna mention here though is if you have anything that is high-end or luxury or maybe brand new and you just never wore it, still has tags on it or something, anything that you think you might get more than a couple dollars for at a garage sale, go ahead and hold on to those. You can even keep them on the hangers and hang them up somewhere else, like if you've got hooks by your back door, or I don't know, if you've got one of those over-the-door hook things that you can take on travel, travel hook things. So just hang on to them, keep them hanging up somewhere handy, and we'll talk about how we can sell those later, whether we're gonna do consignment or sell them online or something like that. We will get to it soon. I'm not gonna leave that clutter hanging around. Typically, in a whole house declutter like this, we stick to categories where we're gonna move, if we're doing clothes right now, then we'll go ahead and do all the clothes, like your kids' clothes and any other clothes that might be in the house. But we are going to talk about kids' clothes and kids' items in the next lesson. I'll show you how I manage all the hand-me-downs for my girls and how I manage a wardrobe for 4 little fashionistas. Did I just call my son a fashionista? While you're at it, if you're inspired and you want to go ahead and clean out your personal items too, if you've got time today and you're ready to go for it, go for it. So the next thing you'll want to get in on is your jewelry, cosmetics, makeup, and any other toiletries that you might need to clean out. The rules there are simple. If it's icky, throw it out. If you don't get excited to try it on or put it on or wear it or whatever it is, then don't hold on to it. You need to discard that. The beautiful thing about cleaning out our closets and our personal space is you begin to see the kind of person that you want to be, and you can start living that life right now. Shedding our shoulds and letting go of the past is one of the primary things I teach in my signature course, The Essential Home. It's possible to apply this technique to every area of your life so that you design a complete and fulfilling life full of the things that bring you joy right now. We'll talk more about that later in this course. You've got a closet to declutter. Go forth and declutter, my friend. And remember, if you have any questions along the way, you can, if you have any hangups or anything you'd like to check in with me about, I'm available in the Facebook group as well as our community, and we can answer any questions you might have. And although you're free to ask anything you want, remember the decision is ultimately yours. It's all about what makes you happy. If somebody tells you you should get rid of something and you don't feel like getting rid of it, you don't have to. And if you don't want to keep it, you don't have to. I'll see you in lesson 2. Until then, I'm Christina from Gathering Joy, helping you cut through the chaos and get to the heart of what matters.